Alright, so before we take anything off, you guys want to make sure you guys get that cleaned off, just because there's any residue or any gunk like that that can damage the screws or the threads of the screws or anything like that. Typically I use Carb and choke cleaner. Great stuff, does the job. So literally just spray everything, spray it down. Get rid of that gunk. So usually what I do that, and then I start removing everything, and we'll go parts by parts. We'll remove everything and go slowly. I like to put what I like to do. I lost my train of thought. The wife called. Anyways, try to get every passage, every single little passage, because you want to have these as clean as you can before you install them. So right now we'll be removing this and clean everything part by part. Every single passage I'll be showing what I'll be cleaning on these things. Alright, so we're going to continue removing our stuff. We're going to be removing our pilot screw. Get that out the way. Twist it all the way out. I made sure to spray carb cleaner on them first so it will mess up the threads. A little trick one of the guys on the Facebook page taught me. So remove it all the way. The screw out. Oh, there goes our spring. Should come out with the spring. Should also have a washer and an O-ring. So if it's in there, just try to poke it out with something. But let's continue and take off our main jet so we can clean them too. These are really stuck on there. Well, once you have them off, you could clean them. I'm probably gonna have to fight with these, but let's skip that step for now. And let's take off our float valves. Be careful, because these tabs are the ones that hold your floats. Sorry, this is your needle valve. Sorry. But this one holds your floats, and you don't want to break those, because once you break those, it's game over. Alright, take that out. See how dirty this is? It's pretty dirty. So you're going to continue doing that with this side, and take all your parts off and get that carb cleaner. You could use a steel wool or some SOS to clean these off. I'm gonna grab a little bit of 80 grit sandpaper and just sand them down a little bit, get rid of this green stuff right here, all that green stuff, and that right there, you can see it like that little, all that garbage. I'm gonna clear them up a little bit and get them all nice and pretty. But for that, you just make sure you guys take everything off. Take pictures if you guys don't remember how it goes. Once I get these off, I will definitely show you guys what's in there and how it goes. So after fighting with them with some pliers, I ended up loosening them up. They're pretty beat up, man. Let me see if I can get it to focus. They're really dirty. And I took the other needle valve out. They're really beat up and they smell terrible. So definitely old fuel was in there, Let's see if I can get some light here. You can take a look inside the hole where the needle valve was. You can see how dirty that is. Look at that. All that inside right here. This is really bad. It was old fuel in there. It just smelled terrible. When I first got them and I opened them, they smell really bad. But we're getting close. Keep in mind, one of them is size 124 and the other one's size 132. I'll be showing you which one's which, and we'll take care of that on the next video. So these guys are pretty dirty. Not even the main jet popped out. That's how dirty and full of gunk they are. Anyways, you want to figure out which one is, well, like me, I couldn't tell which one was 132 and 124. I mixed up those numbers all the time. And so you always want to put a bigger jet on the front cylinder. So this guy right here, which is where the knob is, this guy's your front cylinder. So obviously this jet will be 132, and this one will be 124. As you can see, they're a little stuck, so I'm just gonna grab my flat head and gently tap them out because I need to clean those things. This one's stuck, but this is what it looks like. Is where your main jet goes. You want to clean that out. Look how dirty that is. So do the same thing to the other side. If it's stuck, if not, they come out smoothly. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and sandpaper it down. Grab some steel wool, some SOS, whatever you want, and obviously some carb cleaner. Clean the bowls, clean the inside, clean the drain hole, everything. Take the old gasket, the old gasket off, and sand it down. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. Our pilot screw does have our washer, if you can see right there, a washer and our O-ring. I'm gonna have to look for a little sharp object and try to poke them out. That's gonna be fun. But definitely just do the same thing. Take pictures if you need to, or rewind the video. But we got our new equipment right here. I found these on eBay for $45. It gives you two of them, so why not? And let's go ahead and continue with the video. So after I sanded them down with some sandpaper, 80 grit, I did a little bit on the bowls and on the bottom part itself. They're starting to look a little cleaner, but I got this idea from William Stack, which he's on the Facebook page, and I'll be putting the link of the Facebook page on the description. I ended up using some Dawn soap and some hot water, but since I didn't get to remove the washer and the O-ring from the pilot screw, I decided to make a tool. So if you don't have a scribe, you could use a fork and bend it a little bit. This one's a straight one, and this one has a slightly little tab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish the little O-ring out. But yeah, I'm going to end up cleaning these guys a little bit more and then let them soak in Dawn dish soap and hot water overnight. There's the washer guys, the ones from the pilot mixture screws. They came out by themselves after cleaning them with water and Dawn dish soap. Sorry. And I'm sure the rubber grommets also came off. I didn't see them, so hopefully we're good to go. I made sure with light and everything, so there they are. So after sanding them down and giving them a little touch up with the steel wool, this is how they ended up. The carbs a lot cleaner. I still haven't put anything back. but I do have the rebuilt kit ready to go. But you can tell they're a lot cleaner. I'm going to be rebuilding them soon, so, but before that I'm going to go ahead and spray them with carb cleaner and get them all nice and clean and go through every single little passage there is on this thing, to make sure everything's out the way. But there you go. So I'm going to be putting these back together with the new rebuild kit. I ended up buying these breathers for the diaphragms. I used a OEM hose that came with it. Since they were old, I ended up swapping it. I'll be putting the link for these guys on the video. But if you guys want to see how I rebuilt these carbs, you can check out my other videos in my channel. But just to save some time, I'm gonna go ahead and build them and put everything back together. I was taught by someone that this little trick, if you don't have those adjustable needles and you have the stock needles, you want to add a washer to your needle and then go ahead and put it in here. So there you go, just like that. So to test your floats, you want to grab a jar or a cup of water, a clear one, and you want to go ahead and dip them, and if they bubble, you know they're bad. So this one passed the test and it's good to go. So you go on with your next one, same thing, dip them, and if they bubble, they're bad. But these passed the test. These are our floats, they're good to go. I got the stuff already installed and ready to go, so I'm going to be installing everything. Once again, if you want to see how I install them and everything else, go on my YouTube page and you can find the carburetor rebuild episodes that I made for this. So this is the OEM bend on the tang. You see that part that holds the needle. I have not bent it, but this is the K&L kit that we need to bend the tang. So you see it right here, the tang allows it to bring up a lot of the needle. So on this side, let me see if it doesn't lose focus. On this side, oh, and it lost focus. There you go. I bent the needle there and it doesn't bring, I bent the tang, sorry, the tang, the part that holds the needle, and as you can see, the needle barely goes up. That's what you want. And I got that to work like that. Shout out to William Stack from the Facebook page. He's the one that taught me this. So you guys want to go ahead and do this. And so once again, you guys want to bend that little tang that holds the needle. See if I get closer without losing focus. Yeah. Other side once again. Just like that. Take it off. Wait, I'm telling you. So what you guys also gotta do is measure the float. Nigga, you're not even recording right. You were like recording down here. What are you doing?
I'm looking at you.
Why?
I don't know.
So what you guys want to do is measure from the float to the top of the...
Cut. My fingers fell asleep.
Turn it off. I'm not ready yet.
It looks perfect right there.
No. So another trick is to measure the float to the top of the main jet. And you have to get 19 millimeters. But since I don't have millimeters, I'm going to measure it to 3/4 of an inch. So right there, as you can see, that's the top. That's off. So if you bring it down, measure it to 3/4, it'll be right there. But to get the floats there, you're gonna have to bend this bracket right here of the float and push it down. So what you're gonna do is like bend it down like that. So right there, and let's measure again. top of the float. We're getting close, so you get the point. Just keep bending it until you get 19 millimeters or 3/4. You guys can see this bracket right here has already been bent compared to this one back here, and you can see the float, how it's different size right here. If we measure it, it's at the line right there, 3/4. Like I said, since I don't have a 19 millimeter, we use 3/4. But keep doing it to all the floats, and you'll be golden. The thing I want to add is when you bend these brackets, you want to make sure you squeeze them in together so they don't rub on the side of the bowl, and they won't get stuck, so you won't have a fuel problem. So that's another thing. Another thing I want to mention is your needles. I already have them closed up, so I'm not going to open them. Your needles, they're two different sizes. There's mine were 32 and 33. The front one always has the smaller needle, so in this case they go like this. So my right side had a 32 and the left side had 33. So also keep that in mind with your needles. If you have a question about your needles, you could always comment, and we'll figure it out for you. Then that, these are good to go. I'm gonna close it up since I still have mine open. Close it up, and these are good to go. Thanks for watching, guys.